Hey everybody, welcome to DadsDen of Pop Culture and Justice League Monday. And today we're looking at Justice League International number 20. This is a continuation of the Manga Khan storyline. Hey, who's that old lady there that they're talking to? Well, we'll find out in just a moment. Oh, well, or we could read it up here. Granny goodness, have I got a deal for you. Story by Giffen and DeMatteis. Art by Templeton and Rubenstein. That is correct. Ty Templeton doing the art in this one. And I got to say, actually the next one as well, really, really nice work. If it's Tuesday, this must be Apokolips. That's an old movie reference. Go look it up if you want to. So Lord Manga Khan has come to Apokolips. We got there in the last issue as our little band of, adventurers, Big Barda, Martian Manhunter, Gnort, Rocket Red, arrived at Apokolips, chasing the cluster led by Lord Manga Khan. And what he is there to do is to use Mr. Miracle, who he's captured, as a bargaining chip to get some trade with Apokolips. And he's speaking here to Vermin Wunderbar, one of Jack Kirby's New God creations. And Wunderbar is saying, I tell you now, my time is very, very limited. That I have agreed to see you at all is a courtesy I am not sure you deserve. When you hear what I have to say, I think you'll find that I'm deserving of far more than your courtesy. Watch how you speak, in the presence of one who is the most honored graduate of Granny Goodness's orphanage, a favorite of great Darkseid himself. I mean no disrespect, but you too must realize that I am not just some sniveling toady. I am Lord Manga Khan. Hey, that's how he talks. Good grief, man. Why are you yelling? Sorry, it's a nasty habit I've picked up. Well, two can play at that game. You dare to raise your voice before the legendary Dr. Vermin Wunderbar. So you get an idea of where we're going here. The comedy is intact. So he basically, Wunderbar is like, we don't need to trade with you. We're self-sufficient. I have scot-free. Just as I thought, stopped you dead in your tracks. So here we see the cluster ship above the surface of Apokolips. Very nice. And Lord Manga Khan communicating with his little lackey, Elron. Yes, that's an L. Ron Hubbard reference. So he's checking in, and they tell him that the JLI showed up. Impossible. Lobo has never failed. There's a first time for everything, my lord. The Justice League ship appeared again a few Kaopex ago, just before we blew them out of the sky. What? You murdered innocent beings, turned to violence when you could have found other ways of dealing with the situation? O gods above, what are we? Animals, demons? Will we never rise above our primitive heritage and find peace? Are you done with your soliloquy, my lord? Yes, I think so. Good job, Elron. Prepare our prize for transport down. Manga Khan out. So they're going through with the trade, and now Granny Goodness has shown up to make this more official, since Wunderbar kind of, to some degree, works for her. Nice piece of work here. It has the overall Kirby architecture to it. Even though it's not Kirby, and it's maybe a little more realistic than the way Kirby would draw it. But I think they did a nice job there with that close-up. A little less Kirby-esque in the far shots. But how do I know you'll really deliver the goods, as they say on Earth? Just feast your eyes on that. I guess it's maybe like a transporter sound. And there we go. Ta-da! Ta-da, Heinlein. My apologies, my lord, but Elron thought it would add some snap to the proceedings. And you notice Heinlein, which would be, of course, a Robert Heinlein reference. So we're getting sci-fi author references in some of these robot names. And Granny is very happy to see Scott appear. So it's time to, start trading. And what does he want in return? Technology, Dr. Wunderbar. Boom Tomb technology, to be exact. The cluster can conserve so much of its resources with teleportation capabilities, don't you think? Bah! We will never agree to such a thing. Tut tut, Doctor. Never say never. So he wants the Boom Tomb technology. It's hard not to say boob tube instead of boom tube, which might have been the inspiration for Kirby to come up with the term. Well, was our little band of adventurers killed up there in space? No, in fact, they weren't. They were boom tubed out at the last moment into Armageddon by Big Barda, and fortunately people there know Barda and are therefore not trying to kill her. By the way, love that little piece right there. Very, very nice. Simple, but I like the pose. I like the work on the face. Like I said, Templeton did some great work here. So we have Gnort annoying people and them trying to make, figure out what we're going to do next to save Scott. Here we have the Martian Manhunter saying to Barda, you do realize, of course, that we're trapped here with no way to get home. And I hope you realize that we're here to reach my husband, Mr. Miracle, the galaxy's greatest escape artist. If anyone can get us home, Scott can. Then I must question why he needs us to rescue him. We get nothing from Barda, but I won't. John's not stupid. So they're going to have to come up with an escape plan. We also see that Rocket Red, who had lost his armor in sort of a fight with Lobo, it wasn't much of a fight, has a new set of armor, some Apokolips duds that that have been secured by Big Barda. Can he handle it? I mean, the technology here is, don't worry, by Apokolips standards, it's fairly primitive, but it's vastly superior to that silly thing he was wearing. Now, let's move out. Still the officer at heart, aren't you, Barda? Have you got a problem with that Grungetti or Grunget? No, not if you don't. But there is one thing, yes? If you get caught, you never saw us. We're not going to jeopardize our entire underground for one. Grunget, shut up and march, will you? Yes, ma'am. So off they go under the command of Big Barda. And really, I mean, beautiful, beautiful work here. Just excellent. Yeah, I'm digging it. So back with Manga and Granny and Vermin Wunderbar, still talking about he wants the goods, and they have to get permission from Darkseid, and they can't find him. They've left some messages on his answering machine. Would it be okay if we put Mr. Miracle in some special room? No, it would not. I want to keep my eyes on him. You get the idea. Here is Granny Goodness's orphanage that they're going to have to go into. They got there by way of the sewers. Smelling a little funky there, Johnny boy. Let him who is without wet fur cast the first sniff. Pardon? Forget it. Grunget and his group certainly disappeared quickly. They're brave men, to a point. But I know that your bravery has no limits, John. Mine does, and I think perhaps I have reached them. That would be coming from probably Gnort, honestly. But no, it almost looks like it may be coming from Rocket Red. You're a real kidder. Oh, yeah, you're a real kidder there, Rocket Fred. Yes, that's me. A laugh a minute. I want to go home to Sonia. Okay, so what do they got to do? Well, we got to take out the guards first. That's handled by the Martian Manhunter, who becomes invisible and then revisible. And then he takes the shape of one of the guards, and they open up the door, and they're going to kind of be doing the Star Wars thing, where they were pretending that Chewbacca was a prisoner. You get the idea. And one of the guys working here catches sight of this on the screens. Hey, there's people coming in, and one of them is Big Barda. Who? Barda, class of 75. Big girl. You'd remember her if you'd met. Must have been before my time, but I recall Granny saying she'd been waiting for her to return. Actually, I think she's been dreading it. What? I didn't say anything. Access all the information you can on her companions. I'll let Granny know about this and take the credit for your vigilance. Ooh. She doesn't seem real happy. Again, very Kirby-esque in the overall shaping, etc. of the teeth, but not Kirby. It's not exactly aping his style, but it's paying a great tribute to it. And of course, she's going to have this guy starved and beaten and everything else because she hates getting bad news. And now things are starting to turn against Manga Khan because he's led the Justice League right to their doors. And we have Vermin Wunderbar back here. With luck, Granny will allow me to devise some rather special plans for you. But for now, the intruders are our primary problem. And for them... Whoa. The Parademons. So, Parademons coming in. That is a really great shot. I love the angles on these dudes. They're coming in. Here we actually go. I've got a bad feeling about this. There's our Star Trek Star Wars reference. God help me. Have you got any better ideas? If we're challenged, we're your prisoners. Sounds completely logical to me. It does. We're all going to die. Okay. Well, in fact, they might because the guards show up, the Parademons. They're going to ambush them. So we get into a nice fight, and we have a nice moment here. Gnort puts up his shield, and Martian Manhunter saying, Rocket Red, get behind the shield. No, my suit. I may be able to neutralize the enemies. Boom, and it shoots him out of the side of the orphanage. Gosh, golly, and gee whiz, this armor pack's quite a scallop. Or is it wallop? Well, whatever. It certainly is nifty keen. Uh-oh. I do not know what those flying beasts are, but I don't think talking like Theodore Cleaver will be of use against them. Okay, so Rocket Red is outside. He's going to be taking on the Parademons. Inside, they're still trying to get to Scott, and Barda is still sort of in command here. And so they're busting through walls. And, Gnort is, using his ring to hold these Parademons off. Not a pair of demons, Parademons. The armory, just what I was looking for. Barda, listen to me. Guys, whatever you're doing there, could you maybe speed it up a little? I don't know how much longer I can keep up the pressure. Tell him to stop complaining. Barda says, stop complaining. I like that. So Barda gets her Mega Rod. She gets a mini cannon. She is ready to kick some ass. My arm's really starting to hurt. Barda, listen, we can't do this alone. We need help. And I'm getting a headache. I want you to use that Mega Rod to boom back to Earth and without Scott, never. Listen to me, damn it. If we don't get help, Scott's as good as dead. We're all as good as dead. Now do as I say. Please? Okay. So now Manga Khan is under house arrest on Apokolips. Not the greatest thing to be. So, and by the way, what do we get? He's talking to, do we get that here? No, we get that a little later. Okay, there was another reference I was going to point out, but I'm a little early on it. So he puts him in battle stations and he takes his head off. Wait, what? He takes his head off. Seems as though he is some sort of an energy being. That's just sort of a containment suit. And out he goes. Lord Manga Khan shall do his job in his own inimitable fashion. All right. Back home, Hawkman and Hawkwoman have joined the team, and Hawkman is PO'd because it ain't like the old days, and, we've got a long way to go before. Now, listen here, Hawkman. No, you listen, Beetle. Okay, so a lot of arguing, etc. Now, I remember the first time we came up against Felix Faust. He's only been here a day, and I've already had more trips down memory lane than I can stomach. Hey, come on, Oberon. This guy's one of the classics. Where he's been, we've all followed. He's a blowhard. Yeah, but he's a classic blowhard. Very nice. Okay, and at that moment, boom, we get, boom, we get Big Barda coming in. Come on, guys, we're going. No time to explain. And boom, and just as that happens, Captain Atom walks in. Hey, guys, did you just hear a loud... Guys? So, they have been transported to Apokolips in the middle of a fight. The cluster, Parademons, Apokolips. What are you talking about? And where the hell are we? Again with the hells. Never mind that, darling. I think we're in something of a predicament. Well, don't just stand there. Fight. Fight? Fight who? So they're a little surprised. They're a little off guard. They've been dropped into the middle of it. Next time, Apokolips. Wow. We're going to see what happens to the League and how they get out of this, well, as Hawkwoman said, this predicament. So, good issue. I enjoyed it. You got some fights. You got some comedy. Love the art in this one. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Maybe think of subscribing. Maybe think of sharing with a friend. We're doing the Justice League International, later Justice League America, with a little Justice League Europe mixed in all year long, every Monday. We're going to be going probably to issue 52, right around there, given that we have 52 weeks in the year. I think it'll work out, but we'll see. Maybe I'll stick an annual in there at some point, and that'll throw us off. You get the point, though. If you enjoy the Justice League, tune in every Monday as we do this retrospective. Until next time, though, God bless everybody. Please be kind to one another. Have a little bit of fun out there. Read some Justice League. And I will see you hopefully again soon in Dad's Den of Pop Culture. Bye-bye.